Hi everyone, it's Ryan here from smartsportstrader.com, and in today's video I wanted to talk about value betting. So value betting is a subject that seems to be becoming more popular, and I've seen that recently Berry has done a few videos talking about value betting, and it's been popping up in a few other places. So value betting is a strategy that I've been using for several years now. I have a very good sample size of bets and a good idea of how it works. And in today's video I wanted to show you some of my results from value betting. I'll talk about why value betting works. I'll show you how you can do it yourself, and I'll give you some tips on just how to kind of do profitable value betting over the long term. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to do was just to bring up my results. So I have two different sets of results to show you. One of them is using a value betting approach with soft bookmakers, and one is using a value betting approach on betting exchanges. So this is with some software called TradeMate Sports, but don't worry about software and stuff like that yet. I'll explain which softwares you can use later, and you can also do this manually as well if you don't want to pay a subscription, and I'll kind of show you the different levels of subscriptions and the different software you can use for value betting. But not to go too much off topic, I just wanted to basically show that value betting does work. And here's my results after 3,800 bets. So you can see I've nearly turned over £200,000. I made a total profit of £5,568, and my average return on investment was 2.8%. So this average return on investment is lower than what you will get with something like match betting, but obviously there aren't as many match betting opportunities around anymore, and there are much more value betting opportunities, which is why most people are going towards value betting. Alright, so secondly I just wanted to bring up my betting exchange account, which is Smarkets. So you've got Smarkets, you've got Betfair, and you've got Matchbook, which are all betting exchanges, and you can do value betting with betting exchanges. This is something that gets asked quite often, but it is a little bit different from soft bookmakers, as you won't get as big opportunities. But if you can notice some trends in the market, which I have done, you can often find value bets which will then increase in value a few days before the game. So like I just want to show an example of this here. This is Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. So you could get Barcelona at one point at 4.3 on the exchanges, and you can see now today, the day of the game, they're 3.85. So this should, unless the odds go out, have some value. This would be a decent example of a value bet. I'll just show you another one that I caught, which was Sporting versus Tottenham. So yeah, basically you can value bet with the exchanges, like I say, but it is a little bit more advanced. So you can see I got Sporting at 4.2 as well here, and they've come into 3.75. So I've been doing value betting with this account for a little over a year now, but I just want to show you my stats so that you know that I'm not just talking rubbish, and that value betting does work. So you can see I've made £20,000 profit using this strategy, and it's a lot better with exchanges as well, obviously, as you can generally get more money on, whereas when you're using soft bookmakers with TradeMate, it's you do get limited, and you end up using limited accounts and stuff. But yeah, if you can learn to value bet with the exchanges, then you can obviously get more money down, which means more profit. Alright, so I've shown you my results and shown you that value betting does actually work, and I thought now that I would just bring up an actual example of a value bet, so that perhaps those that don't fully understand what a value bet is can get to grips with it. So I'm just bringing up my TradeMate Sports software here, which is some value betting software, and you can see there's a value bet which is 5 days away with Bet365. So why is this a value bet, might be your question. So the way that we find value bets is we look at either Pinnacle, which is a sharp Asian bookmaker which doesn't limit players. So any bookmaker that doesn't limit players is generally going to be sharper than a soft bookmaker, as they are willing to accept bets from professional gamblers. So we use them basically to show us where the value might be with other bookmakers. So you can see here that in the Greek league you've got Aris Thessaloniki, perhaps I said that right, sorry if I didn't, and you can see that Pinnacle have it at 3.1, whereas Betfair are offering it at 3.5. So what TradeMate does, or any value betting software, is they'll calculate the edge for you, and they'll show you that there's a 6.5% difference in the odds. So they recommend that this is a good bet to place with Bet365. And you can see there'll be several others. I still have Bet365 up, as I have a few limited accounts where I can still get some money down, not huge amounts, but especially on the English league, I'm normally able to win like £50 up to £100 sometimes, so it is worth it for me. You can see here they have the draw at 3.5, whereas Pinnacle have it at 3.18, so you can see this is quite a big value bet as well. Okay, so I wanted to show you how to find value bets manually without any software. Now, it isn't the most time-effective way of finding value bets. You're much better using some software, but I think it's worth showing you how to do this anyway, just in case you want to kind of play around with value betting or you don't want to invest too much into it. So the first thing you need is an odds comparison website so that you can find Pinnacle's odds. So we have the odds here for the Sporting versus Tottenham game. The second thing you'll need is this margin calculator. So this basically, you can plug in the numbers, you can plug in the odds from Pinnacle, and it removes the margin to tell you what the fair odds would be. So for example, with Sporting here, we've put in 3.57 as the odds, and it says that the fair odds, the fair probability that Pinnacle will give out is 27.28%. So if you go over to this odds converter now, and we put in 27.28%, okay, it will tell us what the odds need to be, what the fair odds would be, and the fair odds would be 3.67. So if we can find any odds that are greater than 3.67, then that's going to be a value bet according to Pinnacle, which is kind of the sharpest bookmaker around for football. So if we have a look here, we can see that Unibet have odds of 3.75, so this would be a pretty small value bet. If we put in 3.75, we can see that their implied probability is 26.7. Okay, so there was about a 0.6% difference there. So this would be a value bet. So like I say, it's not the most efficient way of finding value bets, going through an odds comparison website and just looking for outliers. But you can do it that way if you want to save yourself some money. But yeah, it wouldn't be my recommendation, but it's just there. That information's there if you want to use it. Okay, so if you want to take value betting seriously, you're going to need some software. So you've got a few different options for software, and OddsMonkey is one of the cheapest ones. So OddsMonkey will cost you £25 a month, but you get a lot of match betting software with that as well, and casino software. But I still do use it for value betting, as there are some bookmakers that TradeMate don't cover, which OddsMonkey do cover, and also there's some kind of filtering that you can do on OddsMonkey that I can't do on TradeMate. So for me, it's worth having it. And also they cover different sports as well. So like you can see here, you've got horse racing, which isn't covered with Rebel Betting or TradeMate. So yeah, OddsMonkey is pretty decent as kind of a budget option. Like I say, they're not the quickest, but yeah, you can definitely use them for value betting and obviously for casino stuff and match betting stuff as well. So yeah, that's kind of number one. The next option is Rebel Betting. So I don't use Rebel Betting, but it's kind of a cheaper version of TradeMate. I don't think it is as good. TradeMate has a few extra features which I think are better, but that will cost you £80 a month. Or if you want the Value Betting Pro, which has exchanges and sharp bookmakers, that'll cost you £150 a month. So this is kind of the next level up from OddsMonkey. It's just a lot quicker and you will get more value bets. Then kind of the top dog is TradeMate Sports, but given that it's the top dog, you're actually paying more for it as well. So you pay £120 for the core version. So I actually use the core version and the pro version, but I would just say to most people, use the core version, as that's €120, which isn't a lot, and the pro version is like €400, and that covers Asian bookmakers as well, but most people won't need to use that. So yeah, that would be the third option. And what I should say as well is you can get, with TradeMate, you can get a 2-week trial. If you use the link that I have, that gives you, the normal trial is 1 week, but because I use TradeMate myself and I'm happy with them, they've given me a 2-week trial to offer if anybody wants to try them out. With Rebel Betting, you can also get a 2-week trial, so I'll add their link. So if you want to do value betting for a month, you can try both of them and see which ones you like. And even with OddsMonkey, they do have a free trial, but I don't think you get the odds matcher with them, but they will show you how to make money from match betting. So yeah, like I say, any of these free options are good. Like if you're on a budget, I would stick with OddsMonkey. If you have like $2 or $3 grand that you want to invest, I would start looking at Rebel Betting and TradeMate Sports. But yeah, if you have less than that, it's probably going to eat into your bankroll, the subscription. So I would just stick with OddsMonkey. Alright, that pretty much concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, as always, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want me to expand on anything that I talked about in today's video, leave a comment and I'll get back to you, or you need any help with value betting, yeah, leave a comment and I'll respond as best as I can. And also take advantage of the free trials if you want to do some value betting. Like I said, you can get 2 weeks with Rebel Betting, and you can get 2 weeks free trial with TradeMate. Both of them, that's a full month of value betting that you can get in. And like I say, value betting, it really does work. And what it has done for me as well is it's improved my kind of value betting and trading with the exchanges, as well as by doing like thousands of value bets. I've got to kind of look at the markets very often and look at how they move, and then kind of develop some of my own strategies from it. So yeah, value betting, it's worth doing. You'll make a profit if you stick with it. Yeah, and give it a try.